Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to this video. It is so wonderful to have you here with me today. Before we dive into our fascinating topic, I want to take a quick moment to send out a heartfelt wish to you and your loved ones. No matter where you are in the world, or what you might be going through, I genuinely hope you are feeling strong, healthy, and full of positive energy. Taking care of your health is the most important thing, so please stay safe, stay hydrated, and always remember to be kind to yourself. Your well-being truly matters. Now, let's get started on a curious little fact about your body that you might have never given much thought to. You are literally taller when you wake up in the morning than you are when you go to bed at night. It sounds like a magic trick, but it's pure, brilliant science, and it's happening to you every single day. This isn't a massive change, of course. We're talking about a difference of roughly 1 to 2 centimeters, or about half an inch to an inch. You won't suddenly be able to reach a top shelf in the evening that you couldn't in the morning, but if you were to measure your height precisely right after getting out of bed, and then again right before you crawl back in, you would see a measurable difference. This daily fluctuation is a perfectly normal and natural part of having a human body, and the story of why it happens is a fantastic tale involving architecture, water, gravity, and a little bit of sponge-like action deep within your spine. To understand this phenomenon, we need to take a little journey into the incredible structure that holds you upright, allows you to bend and twist, and protects your most vital nervous system infrastructure, your spinal column. Your spine is an absolute marvel of biological engineering. It's not just one solid bone like a pole. That would be incredibly rigid and fragile. Instead, it's a stack of 33 individual bones called vertebrae, all neatly piled on top of one another. These vertebrae are separated and protected by very special structures known as intervertebral discs. Think of your spine as a stack of donuts with cookies between them. The cookies are the vertebrae, the hard bones. The donuts are the intervertebral discs. These discs are the real heroes of our story today. They are the reason you can move your back in all sorts of directions, and they are also the reason your height changes throughout the day. So, what exactly are these discs? They are not bones. They are actually made of a very tough, fibrous, cartilaginous material, and their design is pure genius. Each disc has 2 main parts. The outer part is a tough, flexible, tire-like ring called the annulus fibrosus. This ring is incredibly strong, made of crisscrossing fibers that create a powerful mesh, designed to contain everything inside it and withstand immense pressure and twisting forces. Inside this tough outer ring is a soft, gel-like, squishy center called the nucleus pulposus. This nucleus is about 80% water, and it also contains special proteins and other compounds that make it a fantastic shock absorber. Imagine a tiny, super advanced water balloon made of the most resilient material, sitting right in the middle of that fibrous ring. This whole structure, the tough ring with the squishy, watery center, is what sits between each of your vertebrae. You have 23 of these discs in your spine, from your neck all the way down to your lower back. Their job is to act as cushions. Every single time you walk, run, jump, or even just take a step, your spine experiences compressive forces. Without these discs, the bones of your vertebrae would grind against each other, which would be incredibly painful and damaging. The discs absorb that shock, distributing the pressure evenly and protecting your bones and your spinal cord. Now, here's the key to understanding your changing height. These intervertebral discs are avascular, which is a scientific way of saying they don't have a direct blood supply of their own. Unlike your muscles or your skin, which are full of tiny blood vessels that deliver nutrients and oxygen directly to the cells, the discs are too dense and under too much constant pressure for a typical network of capillaries to exist within them. So, how do they get the water and nutrients they need to stay healthy and functional? They absorb them indirectly through a process called imbibition. This is a fancy word for the process of a porous material soaking up a fluid, much like a dry sponge soaks up water. The bones of the vertebrae above and below each disc have a rich blood supply. Essential fluids and nutrients seep out from the bone tissue and into the disc, particularly into that gel-like nucleus pulposus in the center. The disc soaks it all up, hydrating and plumping up. This process of soaking up fluid and nutrients works best when there is little to no pressure on the discs. And when is there the least amount of pressure on your spine? When you are lying down flat asleep. When you are in a horizontal position, especially during sleep, the force of gravity is acting on your spine from head to toe, rather than from head to foot, which significantly reduces the compressive load on each individual disc. With this pressure lifted, the discs can freely and eagerly reabsorb the fluid they lost during the day. They swell up with water, expanding like tiny sponges. As each of these 23 discs expands just a little bit, the cumulative effect is that your entire spinal column lengthens. This is why you stand tallest first thing in the morning. Your body has had a full night of recovery, and your discs are fully hydrated and at their maximum thickness. But then you get out of bed. You stand up, and the moment you become vertical, gravity immediately goes to work. Gravity is a constant, relentless force that pulls everything on Earth downward, and your body is no exception. From the moment you stand up, gravity begins to compress you. The weight of your head, your arms, your torso, all of it, presses down through your spine. Those hydrated, plump discs now begin to experience a constant squeezing force. Throughout the day, as you sit, stand, walk, and move about, this pressure continues. Slowly and gradually, the force compresses the discs, squeezing small amounts of that water and fluid out of the gel-like center. The discs become slightly thinner, slightly more compressed. It's a very slow and gradual process, so you never feel it happening. But by the end of a long day, after you've spent 16 or 17 hours upright against the pull of gravity, each disc has lost a tiny percentage of its hydrated volume. Again, since you have 23 of these discs, that tiny amount of compression from each one adds up. The entire stack of vertebrae and discs becomes just a little bit shorter, making you just a little bit shorter. This is also why astronauts who spend time in the microgravity environment of space can gain a significant amount of height, sometimes several inches. Without gravity constantly compressing their spines, their intervertebral discs can fully hydrate and expand without any opposition. They often experience back pain when they return to Earth because their spines are not used to the compressive force of gravity, and they have to readjust to being squeezed again. Their experience is an extreme version of what happens to you every night and every day. Another group of people very familiar with this phenomenon are those who need to be measured for precise clothing or for medical reasons. Doctors and tailors will often ask to measure your height first thing in the morning to get your true maximum height, as it is the most consistent and least variable measurement. The rate and amount of height loss during the day can be influenced by several factors. Your activity level plays a big role. If you have a job that involves a lot of walking, running, or heavy lifting, you are putting more compressive force on your spine throughout the day, which can lead to slightly more fluid being expressed from the discs and a slightly greater loss in height by the evening. Conversely, if you spend a day mostly lying down or reclining, the effect will be less pronounced because you've subjected your spine to less gravitational stress. Your age is another significant factor. When we are younger, our intervertebral discs are full of that gel-like material and are very good at rehydrating and bouncing back. They are like new, high-quality sponges. As we get older, the discs naturally undergo changes. They start to lose some of their water content and become less flexible and more fibrous. They can't absorb and hold onto water as effectively as they once could. This is part of the reason why people often get shorter as they age, a process not just of daily compression, but of cumulative, permanent compression and degeneration of the discs over decades. Your posture also has a major impact. If you consistently sit or stand with poor, slouched posture, you are increasing the uneven pressure on certain discs, which can accelerate the rate of fluid loss and contribute to more significant daily height fluctuation and, over time, potential back problems. Good posture helps distribute the compressive forces of gravity more evenly across all the discs, which is healthier for your spine in the long run. Even your body weight plays a part. A person with a larger body mass will inherently have more weight pressing down on their spinal column, which can increase the compressive forces on the discs and potentially lead to a slightly more noticeable height change throughout the day compared to someone with a lower body mass. Now, you might be wondering, if the discs are losing fluid all day, where does that fluid go? It doesn't just vanish. The expressed fluid, which contains water and metabolic waste products from the disc cells, is absorbed into the surrounding tissues and eventually makes its way back into the body's general circulation, where it can be processed and filtered out by the kidneys. It's a natural part of the disc's metabolism. And just as the fluid is pushed out during the day, the process reverses at night. When you lie down to sleep and the pressure is off, the osmotic pressure inside the disc, created by those special water-attracting molecules, draws fresh fluid and nutrients back in from the surrounding vertebral bone tissue, rehydrating and regenerating the disc for the next day. This cycle of compression and decompression, of fluid expulsion and absorption, is a continuous, vital process for the health of your spinal discs. It allows them to stay nourished and to continue their critical job of cushioning your vertebrae. So, this daily shrinking act isn't something to be worried about. It's a sign that your body's shock absorption system is working perfectly. It's a testament to the incredible adaptability and resilience of the human body. It's designed to handle these daily pressures and to recover from them every single night. This phenomenon also beautifully illustrates the intimate and constant relationship our bodies have with the fundamental forces of our planet, like gravity. We are always interacting with our environment, and our bodies are constantly adapting in these small, unseen ways. The next time you get out of bed in the morning and feel just that little bit more stretched out, or when you slump onto the couch in the evening feeling just a little bit more compressed, you can smile and appreciate the incredible biomechanical process that is happening within you. It's a daily reminder of the living, dynamic nature of our bodies. They are not static statues. They are fluid, changing, and constantly responding to the world around them. It's a small piece of magic in the mundane, a hidden wonder of human physiology that connects us all. Thank you so much for watching and for exploring this amazing fact with me. Take good care of that wonderful spine of yours, and I'll see you in the next video.